Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. As you can see, the title of the video, my advice to my fellow Jamaicans who are being deported or who are slated to be deported. But we shall come to that in a moment. Yes, guys. I was supposed to be out there doing a video, and I went on there. And it's just so windy, man. A few weeks ago, it was like storm-like wind. And now it came back. And it's just so cold. And if you're in New York, New Jersey, Northeast region, you can attest to what I'm saying, that it is just so windy out there. And I said to a friend of mine, one of my negative friends, I said to him, I was supposed to do some video today outside, and it's just too windy. And he said, why can't you do it from inside? I don't like to do videos from home, guys, from inside. I like to be out there where I can interview these people and talk to them and show you the real streets. But the weather just not conducive for that. And as a result, I'm home just relaxing and going to do this video. Some advice I have for Jamaicans who will be deported, who have already deported, because as you know, President Trump's deportation program, no country escaped it. Everybody is a part of it. If you're in America, undocumented. If it's the first time you're coming across my channel, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. So, guys, as President Trump's deportation program continues, Jamaica did not escape it. And deportation to Jamaica, deportees going to Jamaica, guys, it's not a new phenomenon. It's been, as far as I can remember, people are being deported from different countries, especially England, Canada, and the United States. But it is said there's a stigma, some kind of stigma back in the days attached to people who are deported to Jamaica. Yes, because people are saying they're coming down there and they didn't do anything down there and they live in America. Guys, it's very hard living overseas. We all know it's very hard living overseas. And some of us come here with a hope of making money and sending back to our country, building a home and doing all this. So sometimes you just can't realize that dream. So if you are being deported, the first advice I have for a person, that's my advice, guys. That's what I would have done, is that the first thing, you got to condition your mind that you are being deported or you're deported. The second thing I would do, you got to develop a willingness, the strength. Even at my age, you have to develop the strength to go back to Jamaica and work. Because Jamaica got a lot of employment. A lot of people might say, oh no, nothing like that. Jamaica has a lot of employment, guys. For example, in the landscaping business, landscapers, there's a lot of work for landscapers down there. Because to be honest with you, I have a little place down there, guys. And to cut my yard, they would charge up to about 10 grand just to cut a little yard. And a lot of people down there are looking for people to cut their grass. If I was to be sent back to Jamaica or even going back, willingly going back, I would go into landscaping business. Farming is another thing if you can find land. And there's a lot of land in Jamaica that you can go back and lease and do farming. There's a lot of work also in construction. Masons always looking around for people to help them. So those are a few of the things that if you go back to Jamaica, you can do. Guys, if you go back to Jamaica, as the Prime Minister said, you got to avoid crime and violence. Because as you hear what the Prime Minister said, that you might end up in prison or you might have to face your maker. So you got to avoid that. You go back down there, just develop a willingness and go back and work. Another thing you can do in Jamaica, you can open a little stall. What we call a stall, guys, for those who don't know what that is just you make like a little shop in front. Anywhere you live, you could do a little thing there and sell any little thing you want to sell. The government of Jamaica is not so strict like America to just chase you away like that. They'll give you a chance if you're a returning resident going back to Jamaica. You could do stuff like that. Guys, if it's the first time you're coming across my channel, please go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Watch the video to the end, guys, as I'm here giving advice to my fellow Jamaicans who are being deported. And as I said before, a lot of people were deported to Jamaica. Some went back. I know people were deported to Jamaica, and they went back and do business and live better, much better than some of us up here. So if you're going back to Jamaica, deported back to Jamaica, there's a lot of businesses. There's a lot of stuff down there you can go and do if you can find a little money just to start. As the Tom Holman, the Baudazar, said, that if someone is here and they know they're undocumented, he's saying that if you voluntarily go back, guys, that's not my advice, that if you voluntarily go back to your country, then you will stand a better chance of getting a visa to return to the United States of America. I don't know, guys. I can't advise on that. I cannot give anyone advice on that. The Prime Minister of Jamaica also said, say, come back home and save yourself the indignity of being deported. Again, Aristopat, guys, I cannot give you any advice on that. My advice to you is that if you go back to Jamaica, you don't have to go back and involve in any crime and violence in order to make money. Money can be made in Jamaica. And as old as I am, if I should be sent back to Jamaica or return with my own accord, I would find something to do. Because when it comes down to me, I have no pride whatsoever when it comes down to work. I will do anything. Because as a child, I used to hawk and peddle. I used to be a hawk and peddler, buying stuff and selling back in the city just to make money for my pocket. And I have no regrets doing that. So if you go back to Jamaica, and you really want to make something, you can start working right away. Right away. You can apply for a job in a hotel. But I'm sure things like you could buy yourself a whisk walker or a weed walker, whatever they call it. Let me know which word is correct, guy. Whether it be a whisk walker or a weed walker. I'm not so sure about that. A lawnmower. Could get yourself a lawnmower. And you could go into landscaping. A lot of people down there looking for people to cut their grass. As I said, you can do a little selling. You can be an helper for masons, steel workers, a lot of different work down there in Jamaica. So guys, from time to time you hear in Jamaica, a lot of people are involved in a lot of crime. They said to be people who are deported. I don't have any stats on that, guys, but that's what is said a lot of times. So I'm advising people who are here to, if you go back, just try not to involve with any crime and violence, because there's work to do in Jamaica. As the Prime Minister said that the police force you left several years ago is a different police force now. They're working on the crime problem to bring down the crime in Jamaica. And we all want, as Jamaicans, we all want to see the crime in Jamaica go down, because we are a huge tourist resort. And actually the crime is kind of high for real, because Jamaica, as I said, got a lot of work, and it's not such a poor country. There's work down there for everybody if you are willing to work. If it's the first time you're coming across my channel, guys, please go ahead, like, share, and subscribe, as I am giving advice to those Jamaicans who are being deported or who have already been deported down there. And I'm sure that you cannot sit and cry over it. Maybe you might have kids here, or you might have family over from the country where you're being deported from. Because it's not only in America, it's going on in England, Canada, and other countries. So I know you might miss your family, and I sympathize with anyone for that. It doesn't even anyone, but you cannot go to Jamaica and just sit by idly and say you're not going to work. I'm talking, give you from my personal opinion, guys. If I go back, I would find something to do in order to sustain myself. Because if you don't have a lot of money, it's pretty expensive down there and you need money to survive. Even if you have a house down there, you still need money to pay your electricity bill, water, and other stuff. Anyway, guys, it's just a few words of advice I have for the people who are being deported to Jamaica. Stay blessed. Take care. Work hard. Ciao.